So students, we are learning about ellipse. Today we will learn about hyperbola. So after learning ellipse, it becomes much easier to learn about hyperbola because hyperbola and ellipse has much similarities, especially regarding the formulae. Okay. So this is the shape of a hyperbola. Okay. This is the shape of a hyperbola. This is hyperbola. These two parts constitutes the hyperbola. Okay. What is the shape of a hyperbola? Like just like this. This is a hyperbola. Or it may be also like this. Okay. Either this shape or that shape is the shape of a hyperbola. Here we have taken this shape. Okay. Now, so this line of symmetry is called the transverse axis. Okay. In ellipse we call it as major axis and minor axis. In case of hyperbola we call the axis as transverse axis and conjugate axis. So this is our transverse axis. Which axis is the transverse axis? Just like major axis, the axis on which the foci lie is called the major axis. And in case of hyperbola, the axis on which the foci lie is called the transverse axis. Okay. So this is our transverse axis. Transverse axis. And the silent axis, here the y-axis, is called the conjugate axis. It's called the conjugate axis. So there are two axes. One is transverse axis and the other is conjugate axis. Okay. So these are the vertices A1, A2. The points A1 here A1 and this point A2, where the transverse axis cuts the hyperbola. Okay. So these 2 points are the vertices A1, A2. Then the point at which the transverse axis and conjugate axis intersect is the center of the hyperbola. Thus hyperbola is a central point. It has a center. Okay. Then these 2 points F1 and F2 are the foci, two foci. Okay. Then 2 directrices D1R1 and D2R2. These 2 lines are the directrices. Okay. There will be latus rectum, focal chord perpendicular to the axis. There will be 2 focal latus rectums. Now let us introduce ourselves to define parameters. Just like ellipse, the foci are plus minus C0. One is C0 and the other is minus C0. Coordinates of the vertices, one is A0 and the other is minus A0. Alright. Coordinates of center 0, 0. Coordinates of foci, center, vertices. Okay. Okay. Now let us introduce ourselves to the lengths. This length from A1 to A2, that is twice A length of semi-transverse axis. Semi means half. Semi-transverse axis, length of semi-transverse axis is A, either this part or that part. Okay, and A1, A2 is the transverse axis. Semi-transverse axis is O2, A2. OA2 is the semi-transverse axis. Alright. Similarly, in case of ellipse, major axis, semi-major axis, minor axis, semi-minor axis. Alright. In case of hyperbola, transverse axis, semi-transverse axis, conjugate axis, semi-conjugate axis. So this length is your length of transverse axis. Now, what is the length of conjugate axis? Okay. Let us draw a tangent passing through origin. Draw a tangent passing through origin let us draw a tangent passing through the center. Okay. So this is a tangent passing through the center, meeting the two curves, this part and that part. Okay. Now you draw a perpendicular from the vertex. Okay. Not perpendicular, actually a line parallel to the minor axis, conjugate axis, parallel to the conjugate axis. Then this length is the length of the semi-minor axis, semi-conjugate axis. So this length is the length of the semi-conjugate axis. Okay. Similarly, you can draw tangent on this side also, passing through the origin, and draw a line parallel to the conjugate axis. Okay. Then this length will be the length of semi-conjugate axis. So this total length will be the length of conjugate axis. So this will be B1, this will be B2. So this length B1, B2 is the length of the conjugate axis. How to find the length of conjugate axis? You draw a tangent passing through origin, then draw a line parallel to the conjugate axis up to the tangent, and then this length will be the length of conjugate axis. Okay. OB1 is the length of semi-conjugate axis and B1, B2 is the length of conjugate axis. So length of conjugate axis is twice B. Length of conjugate axis, this length is twice B, this length is twice A. Length of transverse axis is twice A, length of conjugate axis is twice B. Okay. What is this length? Distance between the two foci, F1, F2 is twice C. This part is C, this part is C, and the total is twice C. Okay. Then equation of directrices, this is x minus a by e is equal to 0. This is x plus a by e is equal to 0. That means this length OZ2 is equal to a by e, OZ1 is equal to a by e, and distance between the directrices is twice a by e. Distance between the directrices is twice a by e. Okay. And one more thing, what is e? E is the eccentricity which is greater than 1 in case of a hyperbola. And what is the definition of eccentricity? As you know, PS by PM greater than 1. S is the focus and PM is the distance from the directrix of any point on the hyperbola. Okay, just like this, if you take one point here, so this is our PS, this is PM. So PM must be greater than PS in case of a hyperbola, and in case of an ellipse, PS in case of an ellipse, PS less than PM. Okay. One more thing. In case of ellipse, we got a property PF1 plus PF2 is equal to constant, and that constant is twice. This is for ellipse. Okay, we got the formula in case of ellipse. So what will be the similar formula in case of hyperbola? The similar formula in case of hyperbola is PF1 minus PF2 is equal to twice. Suppose there be a point, P. Okay, then this is your PF1 joining P and F1, PF1 minus PF2. Okay, PF1, the data length is taken first, PF1 minus PF2 is equal to twice. If the point is here, it will be PF2 minus PF1 if PB here is equal to twice. Okay, that means the difference of the distance of any point on a hyperbola from the two foci is a constant, and that constant is equal to the length of the transverse axis. Okay, distance of any point on a hyperbola from the difference of the distances of any point on a hyperbola from the two foci is a constant, and that constant is twice the length of transverse axis. So this is the property, you may note it. Now let us discuss equation of a hyperbola. So what is the equation of hyperbola? Standard equation of hyperbola are, first one, equation of hyperbola. What is the equation of this hyperbola which you drawn here? Okay. Equation of this hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Okay. If x square has positive coefficient, then x-axis is the transverse axis. If y square has positive coefficients, another equation may be like this. Is equal to 1. For this hyperbola, y-axis is the transverse axis. For this hyperbola, x-axis is the transverse axis. Okay. So we will first discuss about this hyperbola. So write down the informations about this hyperbola. First of all, let us write the coordinates. Coordinates of origin. Center. What are the coordinates of center? 0, 0. Coordinates of vertices. Vertices plus minus a0. Coordinates of foci. Coordinates of foci plus minus c0. Okay, this length is your c. From origin to f2, this length is c or this length is c. That means distance of the focus from the center is c. Distance of the focus from the center is the length c. OF1 or OF2 is the length c. Okay. Now we're done with the coordinates. Yeah. Then length. Length of transverse axis is equal to twice a. What is the length of semi-transverse axis? Length of semi-transverse axis is a. Then length of conjugate axis. Length of conjugate axis, just like ellipse, the same information are here, is equal to twice b. In case of ellipse, twice a is the length of major axis, twice b is the length of minor axis. In case of hyperbola, twice a is the length of transverse axis, twice b is the length of conjugate axis. This is the difference. Then length of latus rectum. Length of latus rectum is equal to 2b square by a. So you have done with the lengths. Then equation of transverse axis. So these are the informations for the hyperbola whose foci lies on x-axis. Whose foci lie on x-axis. And its equation is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Okay, here the relation between a, b, c will be b square is equal to c square minus s square, or else you can say that c square is equal to s square plus b square. And what is in case of ellipse? In case of ellipse, this relation was c square is equal to b square is equal to s square minus c square, or c square is equal to s square minus b square. Okay, and what is c? C is equal to a. C is equal to a. Okay, and e is equal to c by a. Alright. So what is c here? C is equal to a. What is c here? C is equal to a. What is e? Is the eccentricity of the hyperbola. So equation of transverse axis, y equal to 0 for this hyperbola. Equation of conjugate axis. Conjugate axis, x equal to 0. Then equation of directrices. Equation of directrices, x plus minus a by e is equal to 0. So now pause the video to note it down. Note down these informations. This will be helpful for solving problems. Alright. So from figure you have to notice these things also. What is the distance between two foci? Distance between the foci is equal to twice c. Twice c means what? Twice a. Distance between vertices, the vertices is equal to, here is one vertex, here is one vertex. So a plus a, twice a, length of major axis. Sorry, length of transverse axis. Then distance between the directrices, twice a by e. Okay. Remember one thing, here e greater than 1 and in case of ellipse e less than 1. So AE, as e is greater than 1, so AE is greater than a by e. But in case of ellipse, AE is less than a by e. Okay, try to understand these things. Next, distance of a focus from nearest vertex, Okay. What will be the distance of a focus from a nearest vertex? So this is the vertex and this is the focus. Okay. So this length OA2, this length OA2 is A, and this length OF2 is C. So AF2 will be C minus A is equal to C minus A. Distance of directrix from nearest vertex. Distance of directrix from nearest vertex. What is the directrix? This one is the directrix, and this length, what is this length? Its equation is x minus a by e is equal to 0, then x equal to ae. That means this length is ae and this length is a. Okay, OA2 is a and OZ2 is a by e. So what will be the distance? The distance will be a minus a by e. Okay, distance of vertex from the center is a, and distance of directrix from the center is a by e. So distance between center and vertex, sorry, directrix and vertex is a minus a by e. Then in case of ellipse it was a by e minus a, here it is a minus a by e in case of hyperbola. In case of hyperbola, distance of a focus from nearest vertex is c minus a. In case of ellipse, this is a minus c. Okay. Then distance of focus from nearest vertex. What is focus? Also from nearest directrix. Okay. So this length is the focus OF2. Okay, distance of focus from the center is C. OF2 is equal to C, and distance of directrix from the center OZ2 is equal to a by e. So distance between the directrix and the focus is C minus a by e. C minus a by e. So try to remember this. First of all, note it down and then try to remember these notes. This will be very much helpful for solving your problems. So what will be the other type of hyperbola and what will be the informations there? Let me draw a rough figure. The Another type of hyperbola will be like this. In this case, the focus will lie on y-axis, f1, f2. Focus will lie on y-axis. So y-axis will be the transverse axis and x-axis will be the conjugate axis. Okay. So the coordinate system has interchanged. Accordingly, equation will be changed and the coordinates will be changed, but the length will remain the same. Okay. So what will be the coordinates of the center? Coordinates of the center will be 0, 0. Just like this, coordinates of the center will be 0, 0. Coordinates of the foci will be 0 plus minus c. Instead of plus minus c 0, it will be 0 plus minus c. Since here the foci has shifted to y-axis. Coordinates of vertices 0 plus minus a for this hyperbola. And what will be its equation? Its equation will be y square by s square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. Since the coordinates, since the coefficients of y is positive, coefficient of y is positive, so y-axis is the transverse axis. Okay. In case of ellipse, if you can remember, in case of ellipse, x square or y square, whichever has the greater denominator, greater value of denominator is the major axis. Okay. But in case of hyperbola, what concern is side. Okay. If x square has positive coefficient, then x axis is the major axis. If y square has positive coefficient, then y axis is the, if x square has positive coefficient, then x axis is the transverse axis. If y square has the positive coefficient, then y axis is the transverse axis. Okay. So here y axis is the transverse axis. So these are the coordinates of vertices. Then length will be the same. Length of transverse axis twice a, length of conjugate axis twice b, length of length of lateral rectum 2b square by a. Okay. And the equations. Equations of transverse axis will be x equal to 0. Equation of conjugate axis will be y equal to 0. Here y axis is the transverse axis, x axis is the conjugate axis. And then equation of the directrices will be y plus minus a by e is equal to 0. So rest all are same. Here again b square is equal to c square minus s square, or c square is equal to s square plus b square. Or else you may use this. This is easy to remember. C square is equal to s square plus b square in case of hyperbola, and in case of ellipse, c square is equal to s square minus b square. So in case of ellipse, c square is equal to s square minus b square. In case of hyperbola, c square is equal to s square plus b square. This is easy to remember. Alright. So all these were the informations regarding hyperbola. Now we will try to solve some examples. So the first question is, find the coordinates of vertices and foci, length of transverse axis, conjugate axis and lateral rectum, equations of directrices and eccentricity of the hyperbola. These two. First one is x square by 16 minus y square by 25 is equal to 1. Okay. So equation of the hyperbola is, equation of the hyperbola is x square by 16 minus y square by 25 is equal to 1. So x square and y square, which one has the positive coefficient? X square has the positive coefficient. So x axis is the transverse axis here. So obviously foci will lie on the transverse axis, that means on x axis. Accordingly you have to write the information. Okay. So comparing with the standard equation x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. We get directly write a is equal to 4, b is equal to 5. Okay. First of all, let us find the eccentricity. We have c square is equal to a square plus b square. Alright. What is a square here? 16 implies c square means AE, c means AE, so AE whole square is equal to a square is 16, y square is 25. Okay. This implies a means what? 4. 4e whole square is equal to 16 plus 25, that means 41. This implies e square is equal to 41 by 16. This implies e is equal to under root 41 by 5. Yes, this is eccentricity of hyperbola because this is greater than 1. So thus we find eccentricity as root 41 by 5. So we have found eccentricity. Then coordinates of vertices. Coordinates of vertices. What are coordinates of vertices? Here x-axis is the transverse axis, so plus minus a0, that is plus minus 4, 0. Okay. Then coordinates of foci. Coordinates of foci. What are the coordinates of foci? Plus minus c0. Plus minus c0. What is our c? Root 41 is c. Okay. So this is, that is plus minus root 41 0. Then length of transverse axis. Length of, sometime it may be, you may be asked, what is the length of semi-transverse axis? So length of semi-transverse axis is a, and length of transverse axis is twice a. Length of transverse axis is equal to twice a, is equal to 8 units. Length of conjugate axis is equal to twice b. What is b here? B is 5, so 10 units. Then length of latus rectum, or else you may write each latus rectum. Length of each latus rectum is equal to 2b square by a. This is equal to 2 into 25 by 4 is equal to 25 by 2 units. 25 by 2 units. Then equation of directrices. Equations of directrices. What are the equations of directrices? X plus minus a by e is equal to 0. This implies x plus minus, what is our a? A is 4. What is our e? E is root 41 by 4 is equal to 0. Okay. This implies x plus minus 16 by root 41 is equal to 0. So we have found all the informations. Okay. Next, number 2. This we have done number 1. Then number 2. Equation of the hyperbola is what? Equation of the hyperbola is y square minus y square by 9 minus x square by 27 is equal to 1. So here y square has positive coefficient. Accordingly, y-axis is the transverse axis and focus will lie on the transverse axis. Accordingly, you have to write the informations. So comparing this with the standard equation, y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1, we get a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 3 root 3. Root 27 means 3 root 3. Okay. First of all, let us find E. We have c square is equal to s square plus b square. So what is s square? S square is 9 is equal to 9 plus 27 implies c is equal to 6. And what is c? C is AE. AE is equal to 6. What is A? A is 3. So E is equal to 2. Thus eccentricity is 2. Okay. Then coordinates of vertices. Vertices and foci lie on y-axis. Accordingly, the coordinates will change. So coordinates of vertices will be 0 plus minus a. That is 0 plus minus, what is a? A is 3. So 0 plus minus 3. Coordinates of foci will be 0 plus minus c. What is c? You find the value of c here. C is 6. So this is 0 plus minus 6. Then length of transverse axis. Length of transverse axis is twice a. This is equal to 6 units because a is equal to 3. Length of conjugate axis is twice b. And b is 3 root 3. So this will be 6 root 3 units. 6 root 3 units. Then length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 2b square by a. Sometimes these lengths may be asked in terms of semi-transverse axis, semi-conjugate axis, semi-lattice rectum, and in that case, these lengths will be half. Okay. So length of semi-transverse axis is a. Length of semi-conjugate axis is b. Length of semi-lattice rectum is b square by a. Okay. Here we are asked length of lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is 2b square by a. What is b square? B square is 27. So this will be 2 into 27 divided by a is 3. So this is equal to 18 units. Then equation of directrices. Equation of directrices will be y-axis is the transverse axis. So it will be y plus minus a by e is equal to 0. This implies y plus minus, what is a? A is 3. And what is e? E is 2 is equal to 0. Else we can simplify, twice y plus minus 3 is equal to 0. So these are the informations we have found out. So second question, find the equation of the hyperbola whose conjugate axis is of length 4 along y-axis. So conjugate axis is along y-axis and its length is 4 units and which passes through the point 5 minus 3. Therefore, first of all we will write, since the conjugate axis is along y-axis, so the transverse axis is along x-axis. Therefore, let the equation of the hyperbola be, so transverse axis is along x-axis, so x square will have the positive coefficient, b square is equal to 1. According to question or by question, what is given? Length of transverse axis, conjugate axis is 4. So by question, twice b is equal to 4, which implies b is equal to 2. Okay. Next, the hyperbola passes through the point 5 minus 3, since the hyperbola passes through 5 minus 3, therefore, so these coordinates should satisfy the equation of the hyperbola. Therefore, we will get 25 by s square minus 9 by b square is equal to 1. But b square b we have found as 2. So we will get 25 by s square minus 9 by 4 is equal to 1. This implies 25 by s square is equal to 1 plus 9 by 4. This implies 25 by s square is equal to 13 by 4. This implies s square is equal to 100 by 13. Okay. So what is the equation of hyperbola? Putting the values of s square and b square. Therefore, equation of the hyperbola is x square by s square. What is s square? S square is 100 by 13 minus y square by b square. What is b square? B square is 4. Since b is 2 is equal to 1. This implies 13x square by 100 minus y square by 4 is equal to 1. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. So note it down. So the question is, find the equation of hyperbola, refer to its center as origin and transverse axis as x-axis. So center is the origin and transverse axis is x-axis. So obviously y-axis is the conjugate axis. If the foci are plus minus 4 root 3 0 and the length of a lateral septum is 16. Okay. So since the center is origin and transverse axis is x-axis, so let the equation of the hyperbola P. So what will be the equation of the hyperbola? Here the transverse axis is x-axis, so x square will have the positive coefficient. So it may be of the form x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Okay. By question, C is equal to 4 root 3. Here the coordinates of foci plus minus 4 root 3 0. We know that the coordinates of foci are plus minus c 0 according to our formula. So comparing, we get C is equal to 4 root 3. And length of a lateral septum is 2b square by a, and this is given to be 16 units. So we will get b square is equal to 80. Now we have a formula, c square is equal to s square plus b square. And what is c square? C square is 48. Therefore 48 is equal to s square plus b square is 8a. You write it 8a. This implies s square plus 8a minus 48 is equal to 0. So on factorization, this will be a plus 12 into a minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, a is equal to 8 or 4, or a is equal to minus 12. But a is a length and length cannot be negative. A is a length and length cannot be negative. So we cannot take this value a is equal to minus 12. This is rejected. This value is rejected because a cannot be negative. Therefore, we get a is equal to 4. Therefore, b square is equal to 4a is equal to 30. Sorry, 8a is equal to 32. Therefore, what is the equation of the hyperbola? Therefore, equation of the hyperbola is x square by s square. What is a? A is 4. 16 minus y square by b square. What is b square? B square is 32 is equal to 1. This is the equation of the hyperbola. So you note it down. So the question is, the distance between the foci of a hyperbola is 16. What is the distance between the foci? One focus is C0, another focus is minus C0. So the distance between the foci is twice C. So twice C is 16. And its eccentricity is root 2. E is root 2. Find the equation of the hyperbola. Refer to the transverse axis and conjugate axis along the axis of coordinates. So x-axis is the transverse axis, y-axis is the conjugate axis. So the what is the structure of the equation? Structure of the equation is x square by s square minus y square by b square. Since x-axis is transverse axis, so x square will have the positive coefficient. Okay. So we'll start like this. Let the equation of the hyperbola be by equation twice c is equal to 16 implies c is equal to 8 and e is equal to root 2. And what is c? C is ae. So ae is equal to 8. So a root 2 is equal to 8. This implies a is equal to 4 root 2. Okay. Again we have c square is equal to s square plus b square. What is c square? C is 8, so c square is going to be 64. What is s square? S square is 4 root 2 whole square, that means 32. So b square implies b square is equal to 32. Here you notice, so b is what? B is also 4 root 2. So here a is equal to b. When in case of ellipse, when a is equal to b, the ellipse becomes a circle. And in case of hyperbola, when a is equal to b, that means the length of semi-transverse axis is equal to length of semi-conjugate axis, then that type of hyperbola is called rectangular hyperbola. What we call it? Rectangular hyperbola. What is a rectangular hyperbola? Rectangular hyperbola is the hyperbola for which length of semi-transverse axis and semi-conjugate axis are equal. And eccentricity of a rectangular hyperbola is always root 2. Eccentricity of a rectangular hyperbola is always root 2. So remember these points. What is a rectangular hyperbola and what is its eccentricity? So here the hyperbola in our discussion is a rectangular hyperbola. Therefore, required equation of the hyperbola is x square by s square minus y square by b square, means 32 is equal to 1. This implies x square minus y square is equal to 32. So this is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay. The next question is, obtain the equation of the hyperbola whose transverse axis is of length 5 along x-axis. Transverse axis is of length 5 along x-axis and whose vertex bisects the distance between the center and the focus. Vertex bisects the distance between the center and the focus. So you have to recall that picture of hyperbola. Where is the center, where is the focus, where is the vertex? You have to recall. Okay, coordinates is very much concerned about imagination. Your 3D coordinate is completely depends upon imagination, and in case of 2D, there also we require imagination. So this is the hyperbola, the middle point is the center, that point is the vertex, and then the focus. Okay, just like this: center, vertex, focus. Coordinates of center 0, 0, coordinates of vertex A0, coordinates of focus C0. So this vertex bisects the distance between the center and the focus. That means this length, which is how much? C. And as vertex bisects the distance between the center of the focus, so length A is half the length C. Length A is half the length C. This is the information given in the question. Okay. So transverse axis is the x-axis, since transverse axis is the x-axis. So let the equation of the hyperbola be x square by s square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. By question, A is equal to C by 2. This implies twice A is equal to C. Twice A is equal to C. Okay. And what is C? C is AE. This implies E is equal to 2. Okay. Now we have to find A and B. Okay. We have vertex bisects the distance between, and whose transverse axis is of length 5. Okay. Transverse axis is of length 5, and A is equal to twice A is equal to 5. Transverse axis, length of transverse axis is twice A, and which is given to be 5 here. This implies A is equal to 5 by 2. We have C square is equal to S square plus B square. Okay. What is C? Therefore, C is equal to AE is equal to 5 by 2 into 2 is equal to 5. So C is equal to 5. This implies 25 is equal to A. A is what? A is 5 by 2 plus B square. All right. So what is B square? B square is equal to 25 minus 25 by 4. This implies B square is equal to 175 by 4. So what is the equation of the hyperbola? You just put the values of A and B. Therefore, equation of the hyperbola is x square by s square. What is s square? S square is 25 by 4 minus y square by b square. What is b square? 75 by 4 is equal to 1. Okay, just putting the values of s square and b square here. This implies 4x square by 25 minus 4y square by 75 is equal to 1. So this is the required equation of the hyperbola. Okay. So the question is, if the eccentricities of the hyperbolas x square by s square minus y square by b square is equal to 1 and x square by b square minus y square by s square is equal to 1 are E1 and E2 respectively, show that 1 by E1 square plus 1 by E2 square is equal to 1. Okay. So the first hyperbola is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Second hyperbola is x square by b square minus y square by a square is equal to 1. So what is the difference? Here coefficient of x square, which is positive, is 1 by a square, and here coefficient of x square, which is positive, is 1 by b square. So this is the difference here. So for the first hyperbola, we have the relation c square. Hyperbola, we have the relation c square is equal to a square plus b square. Alright, but there are two hyperbolas, so we will use c1 square and c2 square. And c1 square, what is c1 square? c1 square, c1 is a e1 square is a square plus b square. This implies e1 square is equal to 1 plus b square by a square. Okay, or else we write it like this: a square plus b square by a square. This implies 1 by e1 square is equal to a square by a square plus b square. For the second hyperbola, c2 square is equal to b square plus a square, because here a and b are interchanged. So I have written b square plus a square. And what will be c2? C is equal to ae, but for the second hyperbola, in place of a there is written b. So c will be equal to be. So c2 will be be2 whole square. Get it? C will be equal to b and e is e2, so be2 is equal to b square plus a square. This implies e2 square is equal to a square plus b square by b square. This implies 1 by e2 square is equal to b square by a square plus b square. Okay. Therefore, 1 by e1 square plus 1 by e2 square is equal to 1 by e1 square is a square by a square plus b square, and 1 by e2 square is b square by a square plus b square is equal to a square plus b square by a square plus b square, and this is equal to 1. Thus proved. Okay. So the question is, find the equation of the hyperbola whose center is the origin. Center is the origin. Transverse axis is the y-axis, and which passes through the points this and that. Okay. So transverse axis is the y-axis. So y square will have the positive coefficient. Okay. Since center is the origin, and y-axis is the transverse axis, so let the equation of the hyperbola be y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. Since the hyperbola passes through two, 3 and 1 minus 2. Therefore, these 2 points will satisfy the hyperbola. So from the first point, 9 by a square minus 4 by b square is equal to 1. This is equation number 1. And from the second hyperbola, 4 by a square minus 1 by b square is equal to 1. This is the second equation. Now solving these two equations, we will find the values of 1 by a square and 1 by b square. So to solve, let us multiply the first equation with second equation with 4. So 2 into 4 minus 1 implies 2 into 4 minus 1. So multiplying 2 with 4, we will get 16 by a square minus 4 by b square minus 1 is 9 by a square minus 4 by b square is equal to 1 minus 2. Okay, 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1. So this implies 7 by a square is equal to 3, or implies 1 by a square is equal to, or you find a square is equal to 7 by 3. Okay, on putting the value of s square in any one of the equations, say equation number 2. So putting the value of s square in equation number 2, we get 4 into s square is 7 by 3, so 1 by s square will be 3 by 7. 3 by 7 minus 1 by b square is equal to 1. So 1 by b square is equal to 4 into 3 is 12 by 7 minus 1. So this is equal to 5 by 7. Okay, or b square is equal to 7 by 5. So putting these values of s square and b square here, we get the equation of the hyperbola. Therefore, equation of the hyperbola is y square by s square. What is y s square? 7 by 3 minus x square by b square is 7 by 5 is equal to 1. Simplifying, 3y square by 7 minus 5x square by 7 is equal to 1. Or further you can simplify, 3y square minus 5x square is equal to 7. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. So find the equation of the hyperbola with foci 0 plus minus 12 and length of latus rectum is 36. So the foci 0 plus minus 12. So both the foci lie on y-axis. So y-axis is the transverse axis and both the foci are equidistant from the origin. So center is the origin. So you give a reason here, since both the foci lie on y-axis, so y-axis is the transverse axis, y-axis is the transverse axis and center is the origin. Therefore, let the equation of the hyperbola be y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. Okay. So by question we know coordinates of foci is 0 plus minus c, so c is 12 and length of latus rectum 2b square by a is equal to 36. This implies b square is equal to 18a. Okay. Also, we have what we have for a hyperbola, c square is equal to a square plus b square. What is c square? C square is here 144. What is a square? We don't know, but b square we know 18a. So form a quadratic equation. This implies a square plus 18a minus 144 is equal to 0. So factorize it. 18, 12, 12. So 24 minus 6. So 24 minus 6. Okay. 24 into 6 is 144. So this will be a square, sorry, a plus 24 into a minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore, a is equal to minus 24 or a is equal to 6. This being negative is rejected, since length cannot be negative. A is a length here. So a is equal to 6. So what is b square? Therefore b square is equal to 18a is equal to 18 into 6 will be how much? 108. So what is the equation of the hyperbola? We just put the values of a and b here. Therefore, equation of the hyperbola is y square by a square. What is a here? How much is a square? A square is 36 minus x square by b square is 108 is equal to 1. So this is the equation of the hyperbola. So next question. The focus of a parabolic mirror is at a distance 5 centimeter from its vertex. The distance of focus from the vertex is 5 centimeter. If the mirror is 45 centimeter deep, find the distance AB from the figure. So there is a parabolic mirror. As you have seen, the headlights of some of cars are like parabolic mirrors. So this is a parabolic mirror. The reflector is of the shape parabola. So it's a parabolic mirror, and its distance of the focus from the vertex. This is the vertex and this is the focus, and distance of the focus from the vertex is 5 centimeter. Okay, we are asked to find the length AB. Okay, and the depth of, that means this length, the depth of the mirror is 45 centimeter. This length from this point to the vertex is 45 centimeter. Okay, let us name it something, say C. Okay, so OC is 45 centimeter. We are required to find the length AB. So with the vertex as origin and axis as x-axis, we can take the equation of this parabola as y square is equal to 4x. Okay. So taking vertex as the origin, and the axis of the parabola as x-axis, equation of the parabola is of the parabola is y square is equal to 4ax. What is a here? Where a is equal to distance of focus from the vertex, distance of focus from the vertex, coordinates of focus is a0, so distance of focus from the vertex is a, and which is given to be 5 here. Distance of focus from the vertex is equal to 5. Therefore, equation of the parabola is y square is equal to 4 into a 20 x. Okay, equation of the parabola is 20x. Now, OC is equal to depth of the parabola is equal to, given to be what, 45 centimeter. So 45. Okay. So from figure, let coordinates of the point A be so OC is the x coordinate for point A, and OC is given to be 45, and we consider the y coordinate as SC. The length SC is the y coordinate. Okay. Since A lies on the parabola, A lies on the parabola, so it will satisfy the equation of the parabola. And what is the equation of the parabola? Equation of the parabola is y square, y means what, AC. So AC square is equal to, okay, no need to give bracket, AC square is equal to 20 into x, x is what, 45. This implies AC square is equal to 900, so AC is equal to 30. Okay, 30 means 30 centimeter is the unit here. Therefore, AB is equal to twice AC is equal to 2 into 30 is equal to 60 centimeter. So length of AB is 60 centimeter. So you note it down. Okay. So this is a question. A beam is supported at its ends by supports. A beam, this is a beam, it is supported at its ends by supports. Okay. Since the load is concentrated at the center, there is a deflection of 3 centimeter. There is a deflection. The load is here, concentrated here. So the beam gets deflected, and the deflection is given to be 3 centimeter at the center. Okay. And the deflected beam is in the shape of a parabola. Deflected beam is in the shape of a parabola. How far from the center is the deflection? 1 centimeter. At some point the deflection is 1 centimeter. You are to find the distance of this point from the center. Okay. So at this point the deflection is 1 centimeter. So this length is 1 centimeter. You are to find its distance from the center. That means this length. Okay. So let us name it. Let the beam be AB. Okay. And the deflected beam be AOB. Before deflection the beam is AB, and after it gets deflected it is AOB. Okay. And let P be the point where the deflection is 1 centimeter. Okay. And let its distance from the center be something, say Q, OQ. Okay. Now let us choose the coordinate axis. This point O, where the deflection is maximum 3 centimeter at the center, is chosen as origin. Okay, is chosen as origin, and the tangent to the parabolic beam at O is chosen as x-axis, and a line vertical and passing through O is chosen as y-axis. So let the coordinate axis be chosen as shown in the figure. Shown in the figure. And with this choice of the coordinate system, let the equation of the parabola be equation of the parabolic beam B. What will be its equation? It is symmetrical about y-axis, so it will be x square is equal to 4ay. Okay. Is equal to 4ay. Okay. AB is 12, given AB is equal to 12 centimeter. Okay, AB is equal to 12 centimeter. So for the point B, therefore coordinates of the point B are, what will be the coordinates? Okay, let's see. This length is its x coordinate and this will be 6 because the total length AB is 12 and this is the center. So this is 6 centimeter and this is 6 centimeter. So x coordinates of AB will be 6. And what is the y coordinate? This length is the y coordinate. That means this length is the y coordinate. So y coordinate is 3 centimeter. Okay, this equal to this. So y coordinate is 3 centimeter. Okay. Since B lies on the parabola, therefore coordinates of B will satisfy the equation of the parabola. So 6 square is equal to 4a, y is 3 into 3. This implies 36 equal to 12a, implies a is equal to 3. Therefore equation of the parabola is x square is equal to 12y, okay, a is equal to 3, so 4a will be 12. So equation of the parabola is x square is equal to 12y. Now let P be the point, let P be the point where deflection of the beam is deflection of the beam is 1 centimeter. AB is 12 meters. Sorry. 12 meter, that means 1200 centimeter. Okay. So coordinates of AB is not 63, it will be 600, 3. So sorry, 600, 3, that means this will be 600 square, that means 3600, that is equal to 300. So this will be 1200y. 1200y. Okay, centimeter is taken as 1 unit. So let P be the point where the deflection of the beam is 1 centimeter. Let the coordinates of P be. So what is its x coordinate? X coordinate of P is OQ. And what is the y coordinate? This length is the y coordinate. The total length is 3 centimeter. Out of this length is 1 centimeter, so the rest will be 2 centimeters. Get it? Total length is 3 centimeter as given in the question, and at the point P deflection is 1 centimeter, so the remaining part will be 2 centimeter, which is the y coordinate. Okay, so the y coordinate is 2. Since P lies on the parabola, therefore we will get x is OQ square, x square is equal to 1200, y is equal to 1200 into y is how much? 2. Okay, so OQ square is equal to 2400. OQ square is equal to 2400. Okay, therefore OQ is equal to root over 24 centimeter. Okay, root over 24 centimeter. So the point P is root over 2400 centimeter apart from the center, and this is equal to 10 There's something wrong. $2400, 300. Okay, this is equal to root 24 meter. Therefore the point where the deflection is 1 centimeter is root over 24 meter apart from the center. Okay, so this is the answer. Sorry, there was a mistake in squaring. Equation of the parabola is x square is equal to 4ay, and the coordinates of B are 600 centimeter, 600, 3. So it will satisfy the equation of the parabola. So 600 square is equal to 4a into y means 3. So 600 square will be 36 into 4. So 36, 3,60,000. Okay, and is equal to 12a. So a will be 30,000. So a will be 30,000. Therefore, equation of the parabola is x square is equal to 4 into 30,000, that means 1,20,000 y. Okay. Now coordinates of P are, as we have discussed, coordinates of P are, x coordinate is how much? X coordinate was taken as OQ and the y coordinate was 2, and P lies on the parabola. So P will satisfy the equation of the parabola. So it will be OQ square is equal to 1,20,000, y means 2. Okay. So this is equal to under root 2,40,000. This is equal to 100 root 24. Okay. So OQ is equal to 100 root 24 centimeter is equal to root 24 meter. Okay. So this is the correct calculation. You just make the correction. So next, your homework. It's the homework time. So from NCERT book, you solve exercise 11.4 all problems. Then from miscellaneous 11, question number 1, 2, 3. From class book, question number 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay. So bye. Have a nice day.